Hi.
I'm Tori, this is my dad Jeff, and we're your home inspectors, and we're gonna go up inside the attic space right now. You have kind of a unique attic. It's up here on the exterior.
Yeah, so we climb up and has, instead of an inside access, has an outside access. And you'll have 2 gas furnaces up here. What do you think?
This is crazy. He's like over right here by the balcony. So I'm praying for him right now. Be careful, Jeff.
He's a professional.
He's a professional. Yes. He's a crazy professional.
Well, I hope I can get the door open.
These can be kind of tough to get open sometimes because they don't get opened often. So it's got different screw connections, and once you figure out how it works, it's easy. But they're all a little different. We're gonna take a walk around, show you a few things that we found about the house and some important things you need to know about. So the first thing we noticed with the design of this house is these are pop-outs, the stucco ledge that goes around the exterior. Anytime you have a flat section like that, you really want to protect it by painting regularly. And when we look out the windows up here, we can see that there's small holes in the stucco, just allowing a little water to pass through. So just needs painting on the flat surfaces.
But you can tell because it's the white calcium carbonate is all that's left after it dries out.
Okay. The water meter for your house is at the edge of the street, and it's labeled water right there.
There it is.
And that's just where they read your bill or where you check for leaks, but you have no leaks right now. Okay. You can go this way. This is where your utilities are, basically. Your gas meter's here, and your electric panel is here. You also have one inside the garage that's controlled by this breaker here, and it's all original from the builder.
Where is it controlled?
This one is controlling the breaker box in the garage.
Okay.
And it says there, sub panel in the garage. Okay. This is a sensor, and when it gets dark outside, it turns the exterior lights on the front of the garage. It's called a photo cell. Here's your air conditioners. And of course that one's not running right now, so we can't see what's going on.
Okay.
When we got here, one of the heaters, it was the downstairs heater that was running. We noticed condensation dripping out of the left side pipe up there, which is not normal. Normally it would come out of the pipes that are down here. So we believe they plumbed it backwards when they built the house, the condensation line. So that should be a minor repair, but important.
Home warranty would do something like that, or even the builder.
It's installed wrong,
Yeah,
so
so
home
the builder.
warranty would not cover it. So we're gonna put it on the report as a recommended repair. And do you know which air conditioner does which? This one probably does downstairs, you think?
I can go find out.
We'll find that out.
It's too cold to test air conditioners.
Okay. The backyard's pretty straightforward. No sprinklers installed. You do have gas stub right there for a barbecue or a fire pit, and everything on this side is good to go. All right?
Got a couch in the backyard.
Okay, we're not saying anything.
We assume they're going to be taking that out, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be taking that fabulous couch away.
Okay, we can come in. This is the main garage. This is where that other breaker panel is behind Kathy here. And this just does the smaller circuits, like the bedrooms and the living spaces and everything like that. Okay, sprinkler timer's there. It appears that it's working. It just does the one valve in the front yard. And then this is one of your GFI outlets. This protects the plugs either in the exterior or in the garages. If you were to be shocked, it will, or about to be shocked, it will trip to protect you. Okay.
Yeah, you have those in the kitchen and in the master bathroom.
All right, kitchen's great. Electric oven, convection, everything is still pretty much brand new. Dishwasher's working. This is the switch for your garbage disposal. It's an air switch. Okay. And everything under the sink was fine. All the appliances are working. You'll have pictures of everything on the report. This was something, it's kind of petty, but it might annoy you. You can hear the clicking. Okay, that's a fan rubbing on the inside, and you hear it more when you turn it off. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's that fan right there – when something is rubbing inside of it, okay? So you could either take a look at it if you would like to, or if it doesn't bother you, then don't worry about it. Okay, but it will be on the report. All right, refrigerator's good. Everything else down here is great. We do have this little piece of trim that's sticking out is part of this movable panel. I don't want to mess with it again. So when you open the door, that gets stuck and you're not able to close the door without slamming it. So this panel can come off. They would remove this portion of the door, secure the trim, and put it back, and it won't give you trouble ever again. Likely ever again. Okay? That will be on the report. The rest of the sliding doors are great.
Did you ever see that?
Dad can show him. Dad can show him that.
Because it was kind of stuck.
Okay, the living spaces are all fantastic. You do have right here is a storage closet, but there's nothing else in here. Just a nice storage room. Okay, and we went in there, it's fine. And then this is where you would add sprinklers to the backyard. That's water piping and timer wire to install new sprinklers. I left you with that. This garage, very nice. Everything in here was working. You do have a water softener, okay, appears to be working. They're using it. And the fire sprinkler risers are in here also. So we don't necessarily inspect the fire sprinkler system. We look just to make sure there's no leaks here and that all the caps are in place. But you are required to have it serviced every few years by an inspection company that does fire sprinklers. Okay? And you could likely just call those people for information. This is where you shut the water off to the house. This handle here, and then this shuts the water off to the sprinklers. And the water heater is a tankless, on-demand water heater. It's right there. They do have a nice timer system installed for it, but it should give you almost instant hot water when you turn it on endlessly. And it was installed by the builder.
Nice.
Okay, we can go up here first.
Did you ever use this? Did you ever use that?
I'm gonna say a few little things like paint. Okay, you need paint in a couple places on these doors. It's not so bad now, but it will just get worse. So, maintenance. And then this, we're gonna turn the heat on in here, see if we can get this to do this.
Turn the fan on if you want.
Okay, that might work.
We're gonna turn the fan on.
This room is just a damper system. So the air conditioners control the main house, one for upstairs, one for downstairs. For this casita area, or separate living space, you have a thermostat that just opens up the ductwork from inside the house to allow the hot air to flow. You don't have a separate air conditioner just for this space, but the damper did work. The one thing that we noticed is that this duct is a little noisy. Do you hear the vibration here? Now turn it off. Okay, so there may be a fan that's assisting the air in there, and it's doing the same thing like the fan in the kitchen, where it's just rubbing a little bit. So because it's a bedroom, we're gonna put this on the report. If nobody's gonna be using this room regularly, I wouldn't worry about it, but it may keep someone up at night if they're sleeping in here, okay?
Yeah, I didn't turn it off yet.
It takes a second to turn off. We'll look at a few other things while that turns off. And then here, I don't know if you want to show them just the stucco. A little bit of damage outside is where we're talking about painting the stucco. Okay?
Yeah, right there.
Just maintenance.
When we're at the front of the house, so it being flat, that water just sits there.
Yeah. Pretty common problem.
The decks are in great shape. The surfaces, everything's very nice there. And the bathrooms are great. You just need some caulking in the showers. Okay, so if you look in that corner, you can see how it's separated, which is pretty normal the first year or so the house settles a bit. So it just needs caulking. And I think that's in every shower. Needs a small amount.
Yeah, normal.
So this thing takes
So
a while to turn off.
the heater, so it
there-
pairs up to the house.
Correct. It
So when you
shares
turn,
with the one upstairs in the main house.
so when you turn it on, it just opens up something to shoot the air over here.
That's correct. It's
Got
like a
it.
wafer inside the duct that just opens and closes and gives you control.
And there it just shut off.
Yeah.
So it's not as noisy.
What
as
do you
it was
think
last
that
time.
the noise is?
I think there's a fan in there that's assisting drawing the air from the main house.
It's
'cause
a long ways.
it's possible that just opening the duct doesn't give it enough pressure to really get over here. So they've installed a fan at this duct to where when you turn this on, it opens the duct and the fan draws it.
and assists
And the
it.
fan's a little
I
bit
see.
noisy.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we'll put it on the report. They can decide if they want to have someone service it. It shouldn't need replacing. Is that right? Just
No. You would think you get 5 years at least out of something like that. It is 5 years. So, yeah, best thing is just contact a HVAC guy and they give you better information. Because it's the first time we've ever come across it.
Okay.
okay. We do tell people to install those fans all the time if they have trouble getting
Yes, we do.
AC.
We recommend it.
But we haven't seen it done by the builder before. No, nothing.
I just heard you talking about the AC.
If you run the fan up there and listen to it, the fan is very noisy.
There?
And since it's a bedroom,
I never even use it.
I understand. If it's not used, sometimes things wear out quickly also. So let's go upstairs.
These are wood. Very nice.
Yeah, beautiful.
Solid wood.
Solid wood stairs. And everything's nice and secure. Okay. Laundry room is here. It's great. Everything's in good condition. We can't test these without putting clothes in them, but
They're not included
okay,
anyway.
great.
It's a gas dryer, right?
Gas dryer. So when they put their own dryer in, it's a gas dryer.
Okay, good.
You do have a half bathroom here, but it's fine. There's nothing in there.
Okay.
Okay, very nice. We'll go in the guest side here. Beautiful floors, nice little balcony here. And this bathroom, I believe, it's the same. Just maintenance on the caulking in the corner there. And then here, it's the same thing. It's a little bit petty, but you see how much water comes out the bottom? All the other ones, no water comes out. It just shows this is getting worn out, okay?
That seems to be used a lot, right?
Yeah. So, it's just due use. Okay. Going into the master. Very nice here. I'm gonna say you need a little caulking, same thing here. It just settled over time. So just a little caulking behind the sink and then a little caulking in the master shower also. You can see right in the corner there, just settled a bit. And because it's a flat surface, same as outside, you want to really maintain the caulking around the seat. Okay, the shower works great. Doors are very nice and all the toilets are great. Okay, I think that's pretty much it.
That's it?
Oh, the condensation line that we talked about on the exterior is the most important thing here. Okay. Heaters are all working. Your attic is insulated differently than most. The insulation is above you when you go up in the attic. Instead of being on the ceiling here, it's in the trusses. So it's a very modern, upgraded insulation system.
I actually did caulking 2 years ago when the warranty was expired. And it's still settling down the house.
It is,
why
yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
did-
it
I did
happens.
once.
Yeah, no, it's normal. So it's completely
So many
normal.
things on call. It's
All
Yeah.
these are just pretty minor maintenance items. There are a couple settling cracks in the walls, but they're normal settling cracks. They're just cosmetic. So the condensation is going to be the most important thing here. Okay, yep, that's it.
So you
Very
mentioned
nice.
so you mentioned that was a minor fix on that. So
Correct.
what are you thinking, Jeff?
So it's just where we were up in the crawl space here, up on the roof, you can see all the pipes come out of the unit, condensation pipes. you have a primary drain line and a secondary drain line. They switch them probably. So instead of a primary, which would drip at the ground, it's coming out the secondary. So you just can't tell by looking at it. But the problem with that is in the summertime, if the condensation drips all the time, it has a tendency to be orange, and it discolors the house. Right now, you have no discoloration, but we feel it's backwards.
So it would just be a fix to switch
So you
those.
switch the pipes.
Got it.
But
Okay.
they would make that final decision on that.
They cut them, reverse them, hook them back up, you're good to go.
Okay, I
It's
just wanted to
common.
As
clarify.
a guess.
It
like
happens pretty.
But is it builder they installed this?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe when they installed it, they just put it backwards, which, it's just the way it goes.
I know you don't do this.
It's okay.
Yeah,
We only noticed it because it's the heater was running when we got here and it was dripping outside.
You have
from
high efficiency.
up there.
High efficiency heaters, so they create so much heat and they put it all in the house, it creates moisture. Unlike older heaters that are not high efficiency, a lot of it just goes out into the sky. This stuff, everything comes into the house and it produces water, so it drips outside.
Perfect.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great
Thanks,
house.
guys.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Kathy.